guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to show you putting together this Delta fermenter with the glycol system and how to do pressure transfers from it. Okay, so while I am waiting for everything to chill down, I'm going to set up my new Delta Brewing Systems Fermtank. I've got a chilling system with this one, and yeah, it should work great for the glycol system. So I'm just gonna put it together for you guys. All right, so I've got all my fittings here. So this is just for the standard one, and then I've got the chilling setup coming. All right, thermowell. Start there. Thermowell goes on the inside and secures with one of these nuts. And then this is where the thermometer will go. So we've got the ball valve on there, but I'm gonna throw a racking arm on there. So I'm gonna sanitize my racking arm just because this is the only time I'll actually get a nice chance to do it. And just pop it in there. Nice. We've already got our drain valve on here. So this thing can hold 2 PSI. And it's meant to do closed transfers with. So I have the pressure kit and the chilling kit. So I'm gonna focus on the chilling kit today, and when I transfer, I can show you guys how to do the fermentation kit. It's like 2 different lids. But I'm gonna slip on this lovely neoprene jacket that I'm really happy has a zipper because I constantly forget to put the jacket on the catalyst until I filled it, and then I have to have my husband come lift it as I'm like feeding it on, and it's not a good look. Anyway, alrighty. I'm actually gonna go rinse this and wash it before I do so because that's what they recommend, washing it with dish soap and then throwing sanitizer in it and letting it air dry. Alright, so this is all sanitized. Funny, the more complicated equipment you get, there's always extra steps. All right. Oh, one more. Nice little jacket. Alrighty. Perfect. Okay, so jacket's on, and so this kit comes with the heating belt. That's what this is. You're supposed to put this on before the jacket, I believe, but the Stasis does a really good job of controlling the temperature, so I'm not even gonna bother with this. And this is the lid. I love all the companies who are making like these awesome kits and stuff to like really bring your homebrew up to like the next level. But sometimes the instructions are not quite as clear as you would hope. Okay, so like so. Now we can put in our thermowell that I lost the nut for, of course. Where'd my nut go? There it is. All right, and the blow-off barb. So this I'll probably just connect to one of those hoses over there. Okay, so that's how it works. Now it's the part I don't want to do at all, which is move the hoses from the catalyst to this. It's gonna be a mess. All right, so before we get into the crazy job that is changing the glycol, I'm gonna just sanitize the crap out of this. All right, so how I'm gonna do this, I think I'm just gonna clamp it with some grip clips. My camera cut out the last time I tried to do this, so this is like a few months after I recorded the beginning part of the video. But I've made some changes to this system that I want to talk to you guys about before I connect to the glycol. I added this ball connect. So this is how I do my pressure transfers. What's great about it is you can just get that fitting and do pressure transfers straight from the glycol lid. That's what I've been doing for the past couple months, and it's awesome. I don't have to lift this thing up to transfer it. I just leave everything on the floor, including my keg, and just kind of like connect them and go. It's amazing. It just is a screw-on kind of nut bolt situation, so it's super easy to add. And I thought it was going to be a little more complicated, so I planned on showing you guys like putting on the CO2 lid. But then I saw a video, I think it was Short Circuited Brewers. I'll put the link above to their video, and they just had it on the glycol lid. So I was like, why not do that? It seems way easier than, you know, having to possibly introduce oxygen into the beer because you're, you know, removing a lid, putting on a lid just to transfer, which kind of defeats the whole point of a closed transfer, right? Anyway, so now that I've got that out of the way, I'm going to connect my glycol. So I just pinched my glycol lines when I took them off my catalyst. Probably not the best idea. I have this tubing situation. You can also use a spring. This is only added so that the hose doesn't kink. I think silicone tubes are typically better for this, or just a really, really thick tube. I always run into the problem of kinked lines, and it sucks. So we just added some thicker tubing around the tubing, zip tied it on. It works great, and then made a loop. The loop is what really helps, because if you have a kinked line, you can burn out your glycol system. It just tries to push so hard that it overheats, and you don't want that because they are expensive. Okay, so this is like the easiest thing ever. If you don't have glycol running through your lines, you can just go bloop. I've got hose clamp, and then just feeding this on and hose clamping it down. So, you know, clamping your hose clamp. Cool. I probably shouldn't have done that. I don't want it to come out through that side. So I'm gonna do glycol on me. My second one, same way. I believe these are 3/8 inch inner diameter hoses. Alrighty. So I'm gonna release my grip clips. This guy was just held together with a rubber band. So I just feed that all the way down to where the metal is. And this one I've just been rubber banding. See, there's a little kink there. So I'm gonna try to go above the kink. So one side done. This guy will do the same. This one's a little more tricky because it's a zip tie connecting them. Okay. Okay, so that's basically it. And then you've got glycol running through there. Super simple to attach, and we're done. That's it. That's how you do it. I've been using this fermenter for, I think, about 2 months now, and it has become my favorite. It just works really well, and I love the closed transfer. So check them out. I'd never heard of Delta until they sent me this, but I'm really stoked that they did. It is awesome. And this glycol jacket zips. Well, all right. The next segment, I'm going to show you guys an actual transfer from this. And see you guys later. By the way, this is from a burn, if any of you were wondering. This is what happens when I bake. Okay, so today I'm going to do something I have never done before. I'm going to transfer 2 things on the floor. So I'm going to transfer from my Delta system to my keg, and we're going to do a pressure transfer. And I've never actually done this. Using the same glycol lid as I used during the whole fermentation, but I put on a gas valve so that I can connect my CO2. Super easy, right? So we're gonna transfer this at about 3 PSI. First thing I'm gonna do is purge this keg. I'm gonna do it from the liquid side so that it goes to the bottom first, but it doesn't want to take that, so I'm just putting it on the other line. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this to the side for right now. So the first thing we need to do is attach a liquid fitting to this. So this is what's gonna go on the keg. This will hook onto the system itself, but I'm gonna put the liquid post on first and basically clear this tube of oxygen. And it's already been sanitized on the inside. Give it a little bit more. Sanitize my liquid fitting. So I'm gonna put this on the liquid side. And you can see the gas is kind of coming out of there. And then I'm just gonna give a quick sanitize to my valve right there. Throw a butterfly hose clamp on it. If you have some trouble fitting your hose on your spigot, just boiling water or just hot water in general will work to loosen up the plastic a bit. And then just tightening the clamp so it doesn't leak everywhere. We've got our connections going. I'm gonna put this gas valve on the keg so that it can release the gas as this pushes into it. Connect this back. This is off. And I'm gonna set my regulator to between 3 and 5 PSI and we can start transferring. I'm gonna just release this. Of course I put my clamp on right where it needs to go. Don't put your clamp where you need your valve to go. Okay. So it has a little pressure just from attaching this. And all right, so that's about 4 PSI. And I'm gonna open it. Yeah, it's transferring. Awesome. Okay, so the reason we're doing this is because we want to minimize the amount of oxygen that's in the keg in the end. The beer will just last longer and not get oxidized. And this is really cool. And this way I don't have to lift anything. Okay, so this is done. It took about 10 minutes max. So I'm just gonna pull all my fittings and I've got a oxygen-free keg now. So I'm just gonna force carbonate this and I'll be able to drink it in a couple days. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe. I've got a Patreon now, so if you want ad-free videos, early videos, monthly happy hour, merch, go ahead and click the link above to join. See you guys next time. I want to thank my 2 newest patrons, Eddie Adams and Jeff Rowe. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Okay, so thermal well goes just right in the front, secures with a nut. I'm an idiot. So thermal well goes in the center. I was wrong. All right. So indeed these do go on the sides, but the thermal well also goes on the side and a blow-off tube goes in the center. Everything just secures with the kind of the same size nut. All right, so that's on this. I gotta replace. Just goes on the side. Okay. Now that I did that, I have a strong feeling that this is supposed to go like this because it doesn't quite fit the other way. And that's why I do these videos, because if I can't figure it out, someone else might not be able to.